Welcome back to episode 23 of the Techs-Mechs Colony Fiesta Pail. Picking up where we left off, we have work to do. We have people who are upset that we are not progressing the transhumanism fast enough, harmful aging, no artificial parts. We need to get some stuff going. Right now, we're currently almost finished researching microelectronics, which will be good. Honestly, with 6 people, probably just need to bite the bullet and actually assign somebody to be a research specialist. The nice thing about a research specialist is they get a lot faster research speed. They also get some boosted hacking speed, which will be useful because we should go grab some of these relics at some point. We'll see how that goes. I have a lot of combat concerns with our colony regarding that, so we'll see. Going to build out some more slate in the process. Take this all the way across here. Take this all the way across. Almost all the way across. I'll go ahead and put some doors in. We'll use steel doors. And roof that in. We'll mine out a path for the animals to use. We'll mark some stuff to be smoothed. We'll go ahead and mine that out as well. That'll make things nice. And then our slate hot spring will actually be floored in, which will be good. Go ahead and we'll do some simple concrete here. So our biggest issues right now are still going to be labor-based. We're not able to keep up on cutting wood. We're not able to keep up on some of our shutdown, teardown tasks. But we'll get there. I don't like this turtle. It's suspicious. It keeps hanging around this door. I think it might be trying to sell drugs to my chickens. Microelectronics has been researched, which is great. That now gives us access to a whole bunch of things. We can make our own peacekeepers. We can make a comms console, high-tech research bench, important, orbital trade beacon, important, and the sleep accelerator, which is also important for us because we're transhumanists. It eats up power, causes some extra hunger, but it will accelerate sleep rates. But this does also give us access to EMP shells, so that's good. We're going to go ahead and work on biosculpting because it is a prereq for bioregeneration, which everybody's going to need because this is how you deal with the getting old problems. That also requires the multi-analyzer, so we need to get something done meanwhile. Actually, we could do the neural supercharger first, because this will help everybody too. It's locked. What do we need for this? We need a high-tech research bench, of course we do. We also need a high-tech research bench here, so you know what, we're going to go back to mortars. And we'll just do that. That seems like a good idea. Meanwhile, let's go fix our research benches. We have 2 of them. They're wooden simple ones. They're not great, but now we have the high-tech research bench. Requires a lot of steel and some construction, but this is the secret. So we're just going to go ahead and deconstruct both of these. In fact, we're going to relocate our management desk. Install that over here because we need the extra space. There we go. We already got research firing off. Mortars, it's going to be faster. That's the nice thing about the high-tech research bench, is it's faster. That said, let's take a look down at our... we never researched power. Maybe we should do that first. I feel like that's going to be more effective and useful. Colony Manager, basic managing software, we'll start with that, and then we'll go back to the other deal. We need to be able to more accurately monitor the power consumption we're using. Right now, the power tab is good, but it shows not exactly accurate. 2 major break risks and heat stroke. Well, it is 30 Celsius outside. That is pretty heavy. We need more animal beds, because we have animals just sleeping on the ground outside. Provisional colonist, the enlightened Bodhisattva Emma Clark of the Northwestern Alder. These extra hands to help gather the harvest. 1 colonist for 6 days, 26 goodwill. They're hostile with us. Screw off. Fun fact, the secret to having people help you is to not be an asshole. That said, we are going to need to put some vents in here, because this is going to get really hot otherwise. So auto vent flows to the arrow, right? I think that's right. Direct some power conduits down here, because once this is roofed in, we're going to have to light this as well. So we have this pathway here for the animals to walk through, which is cool. We've got multiple doors. It is still outdoors. It is covered in animal filth. It is what it is. We'll get there. We don't want the temperature to get above... We'll go 35. It's going to get warm in here from the hot springs, but we don't necessarily want it to get hot enough to constantly cause people problems. And at 35, that won't be bad. It'll if they stay in here too long, they'll start to get some mild heat stroke. But the hot spring's kind of going to do it anyway, so we should be fine. Temperatures indoors are not great. It is 40 Celsius outside. How are we doing for air conditioning? Target temperature 21. We just don't have enough units. That's our big problem. It is super warm back in here too. So let's how do I want to do this? Let's increase the power. I mean, that's as far as I could go to add a second unit past that point, but we can build another one of these. We have two that are keeping everything below 30-ish, at least at night. It is super hot in here, though. Our coolers are doing their job, which is great. Oh, you know what? Here's the problem. We have this aircon pipe. We installed this one here, and we just never hooked it up. Somehow I missed that. Somehow I missed that, and I don't know how. But once that's done, that'll fix that problem for us. So at nighttime, there's not that big an issue. Right? Outdoor temperature drops down. Indoor temperatures can keep up. The biggest problem is going to be the fact that how often we're going in and out, in and out, in and out. We'll mine a hole through there for the animals instead, and then we can close off this again. Now we're going to put a steel door on the outside of this one, because it's not an interior-facing door. If bandits make it through here, and come all the way down here to this wooden door to open it, instead of bashing in one of these steel doors, I think we have bigger issues if they're able to successfully do that. The apes are raiding? Well, let's see what comes in. Alright, let's go ahead and kick on emergency mode, because that should lock everybody... Nope, not everybody. Into the hiding zone. So we got a pump shotgun, we've got some smoke grenades and some drugs, semi-automatic rifle, flash grenades, poor quality hand cannon. The good quality auto pistol might be a problem. That light SMG might be a problem. Unfortunately, it's bio-coded. So that is. As far as animal stuff goes, let's go to allowed areas. Make sure this is all set properly. Nope, we don't want the carrier dryads out and about during fight mode. We also don't want Bobbert running around. Bobbert the Third. We don't need yet another Bobbert dead. Question is, I don't necessarily know where they're going to attack us. They're attacking immediately, and they're going to try to avoid our turrets, of which we have none. I think they're going to make the run the long way around. That'd be outstanding if so. It's partly why I've not done like a wall here, because if it draws them down this way, that's good. Everybody's going to gear up and go down here. I don't know what they're doing. This is confusing. confusing. Did they seriously run all the way around that way? Okay, well, you know, that's a thing. Let's get down in here, and we're going to move people around. Kurtz and Marcus we're going to put here. Winter we'll put here. And we're going to turn loose the enemies. Because the hostiles are going to try to run to this bridge. That's the important part. We should probably set up a defensive bunker here. Just because that would make things easy. But we'll see how that goes. Let's pull the animals back. If they want to do it this way, we can. Well, I guess we'll do it this way. I'll just have Bert and Marcus come down. That'll work out well. Alright, they're fleeing. We're going to let them go do their thing. We're going to tell all of the dryads that have little blood marks on them to go do a healing pod. Carrie's bleeding out. A tough fisherman who can't do dumb labor. Nope, well... Nope, don't have enough intellectual to make up for it. They could fight, though. Got the shooting. Oh. Maybe. I changed my mind. Maybe. Scoot is a quick sleeping with great memory. Can't do firefighting, though, and can't do dumb labor. Good animals, good medical. Bleeding out at 5 hours. They need to be rescued. We're going to turn these back off medical temporarily. Who has our medical skill? Airy, Hall, and Winter. Well, Winter's not going to be great for that, but we can take Airy and go, hey, go tend, and then capture. And Hall, we're going to do the same thing with Scoot. Go tend, and then capture. Question is, we got that Clara Dryad. Can Winter make it over there? They can't walk, can they? Well, they can't. Oh, they're missing. They're missing. No, they should. The extreme pain may be the issue. Yep, extreme pain is going to be the issue. So, Winter, go tend them. Marcy, Marcus, and Gert, go ahead and unbattle things. I don't know if Winter's going to make it there in time. We'll see. The author of ethics is disrespected because the room's impressiveness is not high enough. Well, that's because it's dirt. It is what it is. There was fighting that just happened somewhere. Oh, Scoot got up and then got shot. Okay, well, you know, that's a thing that happens. Still bleeding again in 3 hours. He may not make it. This... may not make it. Life-threatening blood loss. It's a thing, right? But going to go ahead and work on converting them to start with. We want them to match our diddly-do. We'll get there. Right now this is inside. Finally, it's 29 Celsius holding steady there. These vents will automatically open when it gets above 35 to vent out extra heat. But for right now, that works pretty well. As far as lighting goes, look at that, we can do all 4. That'll be cool. Make this prettier eventually. We might actually shrink the room on this side a little bit. It's going to bother me otherwise. Winter and Ari are unhappy. The Altar of Ethics is disrespected. They have elite expectations. They want a neural supercharge, none of which we have. But we'll get there. You know, I think this is what we're going to do. We're going to redo the altar. So let's go ahead and zone some stuff out while we're here. We'll do this, and we'll put a door in. Hunters on an insulting spree because they're ravenously hungry. Well, I mean, you had food. You were eating it. That meal is now being hauled away. But you know what? They were successfully calmed down by Marcus. Marcus showing yet again that they're a great asset. I am so tired of this cassowary running around in here. Let's take Marcin and Gert. Come over here, please. We need to... Oh, right, Gert's a melee fighter. You know what? That's fine. Let's take a look at these zones and reset them. Expand allowed zone for hiding. We want to expand this out to include all the indoor areas. Do we want to include... You know what, we'll just include all this too. And we'll include what's going to become our new temple room. And that'll work out well there. Just setting it this way because it bothers me if it's not. We'll delete these walls. We're going to move the dance room into here, and we'll put a wall up this way. And that'll make things work nicer. As far as pathing goes, we'll set another dislike here. We'll make this one normal. In between the two zones. There's a marriage that's on. Marcus and Ari. Cool. We'll see if that one actually holds up. As far as floor goes, we're going to go with the paved tile because that's what we have up here, right? Yeah, paved tile. So we'll go ahead and set that. Make this look all nice. It's going to eat some steel, but it's worth it. Can't do anything there except put in some wood floors. Alright, so we can still do that. Nope. No, we can't. Structure bridge. There we go, that works. And then we're also going to select this and deconstruct it. And we'll put in some more of that flooring. There's paved tile. We want to make our temple area nice and fancy. That autosave. Autosave gets me every time. Again, marshy soil. We could work on the research that gives us the ability to drain water from an area, and that wouldn't be a problem. But that seems like a bit much for right now. Maybe we'll get around to that later, because this wood thing's going to bother me eventually. But for now, it's okay. We have access to barricades and turrets. But we also have access to embrasures. I feel like that's going to be the better way to go. We need a security box. Like that's ultimately what it comes down to. Is we need a security box. How much granite do we have? We've got 172. These are 5 apiece. We don't want it really going in further, because then enemies can take cover here, in this area next to this wall chunk. And that's not what we want. What do embrasures cost? 5 apiece? That's actually not too bad. I'll just put in granite walls connecting all those. So that gives some area for our people to hide behind that's not open. We'll do that. So there's still a pathway in. But the rest of that will be taken care of. There's so many trees here for cover, though. We need to do something about that. How big is the tree zone? Not big enough. We need to clear out all of this cover. We don't want there to be cover. That's ultimately what's going to be the problem. So we have all that. That'll be cleared out. If the pirates or raiders coming down here, they can kind of get some cover here. We'll address that as we need to. Right now, I don't think it's really big of a concern. We're not going to have enough granite chunks, bricks to blocks to fix all this yet, but it's progress thing, right? So, oh, look at that, another tribe raiding immediately. Well, that's fine, except for winter. Winter, unfortunately, you're too slow for this. And we're going to turn loose the animals. Winter's not here to throw down some stuns, but that's okay. Robert III is coming out to repair walls we're shooting up. That's fine. He's protected from attacks that are coming in. They're running. That's a great deal. That's right. Alright, we're going to pause. Clara Dryad, create healing pod, create healing pod. We have a Dryad here that needs outbleed again in 3 hours. Ari, please go. Tend Clara Dryad 5. The rest of you can't. Go. As long as we have healing pods marked to create, that's the important part. We're kind of low on number of active Dryads that are not currently being healed, but Clara Dryads that can't move because they're missing body parts, or they're missing their attacks for the exact same reason, it's not going to work well. Not going to work well, so we made progress. 2 raids successfully defended. We got some defensive works being set up here, which is great. We'll have to deal with some of that later. The plan, by the way, is to make it so that when they come around here, we can just put some melee people here to block them in. That's the goal. Meanwhile, we can take shots at them. Or we can just have everybody hide in here, and then when they show up, the Dryads will pounce on them at the doorway. That also works. It also works. We're going to do this, that, and we'll fill the rest of the slide in as we go. That'll work. Is this being mined? Robert's mining it. Yes, okay. Back to 32 out of 43, so that works. The only reason people should come through these doors now is if they have intentional reason to... Actually, don't do this. Is if they have intentional reason to come into our temple area, like that for deconstruction. We need to move all this stuff, and... How do we want to power this? I don't want to just leave it running all the time. That's ultimately what it comes down to, is I don't want to leave it running all the time. Because that eats a lot of power. But this seems like a problem for another day. We're going to go ahead and end today's episode here, because this seems like a good place to do it. We have a solar flare that came in right on time, sounds about right. With power and our Technic-based colony out from the solar flare. Thanks for watching. I invite you to click the like button, subscribe, and the bell to get notified of new content. I stream on Twitch every Wednesday and Sunday evenings and Saturday afternoons. Find a link to the Twitch channel below in the description box. Until next time, stay safe and stay goose.